Hi, this is Bret Crane, Educate.org, for my EdTech532 class, and this is my reflection on the game concept I designed. I was supposed to answer a few questions in regards to that. The first question was, considering the feedback you received, we received feedback for the game, what about your game design project are you most excited about? Well, first off, the game, I won't go into the details. You can look into the rest of my blog for my Educate.org's EdTech blog for the details of the game, but suffice it to say that it's kind of a combo between zombie apocalypse meets Wall-E kind of a thing. In a physics engine for doing like work with energy, machines in motion, with different simple machines. Now, considering the feedback, what am I excited about? That I could actually pull it off, that this might be a game that there's a real need for, with the idea being that once you finish this game, 7th, 8th, 9th graders would have the key concepts of working with simple machines down and could pass that part of their curriculum. Through the next reflection question was, through the process of presentation and feedback, what elements of your game design would you consider changing or reworking, and why? Now, this was an interesting question for the fact that in my game I've got it set in Las Vegas, and it was interesting in the feedback. There was quite a few people that were worried about it being in a gambling situation with the robots that I have used as the main antagonists in the story, that they have a slot machine as they're made up of part slot machine, and they use those to, when they win challenges, they get coins, and they can use the slot machine to get other buffs that allow them to do a variety of things. And people seem to be a little concerned about the gaming portion of that, which I also thought was interesting because there was a lot of people that really, the thing that really stood out for them is what they liked was the theme of the game, which of course was set in Las Vegas in this kind of apocalyptic wasteland with all these different, with all the different hotels and casinos. So I'm not sure about that. Would I consider changing it? Yeah, because one of the suggestions was to maybe do it as a theme park instead of the hotel casino thing. I like the hotel casino thing for Vegas because you have all the thematic units in the sense that you have the stratosphere, you have the Eiffel Tower, you have New York, you got the roller coaster there, the Coney Island thing. So you have all these things you can utilize as kind of theme backgrounds. I guess you could do the same thing for a theme park, not just with the carnival rides and roller coasters and things like that, but you could have kind of like a Disneyland-ish kind of thing with kind of Futureland and Frontierland and whatever you want to call it, Wild West Land or whatever. And you could use those as themes. So yeah, would I consider changing it? Oh yeah, I could see how that might be an issue when we're talking about 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. But also, to defend it, the only gambling per se would be going through that Las Vegas terrain is really the robot itself and using the slot machine to get buffs. So it's pretty minimal, so I'm not really sure. But I definitely would consider changing and just switching it up. But I do like that Vegas kind of theme. But anyway, what surprises did you encounter throughout the design, presentation, and feedback process? Probably my biggest surprises were in the design process, in that each story idea led to another one, or each game idea. So when I decided to do a toy, the different toys would lead to another idea for a toy. Or going single player, that led to going, well, how can I incorporate it to make it multiplayer, and some interaction and collaboration that can happen between players or students. Then it was things like just elements of the game. Okay, how are they going to get into Alibaba's, or in the real world, like into the sands or the dunes that's disappeared? How are they going to get into that secret area? it was, well, they need to find keys. Okay, how are they going to find keys? Well, the slot machine thing. And then it was just other things like that. Each idea would develop into a different idea, like wanting to do air friction and going, okay, well, we can have an enrichment play where they get they get out to the airport, a droid, or a drone, I should say, an aircraft drone, robotic aircraft drone, takes them up and then shoots them out of the drone, and they experiment with friction, air friction, and terminal velocity and things, and they can either like parachute down into another part of the Las Vegas area, which allows them to kind of move somewhere else and things like that, or they go splash into the Tropicana pool, or in my case, the Sandy D pool. So that was surprising. Every time I came up with a solution, it would lead to more things of how the game would develop, and kind of the game itself got larger and larger and larger and larger. So trying to keep a lid on that might be interesting. What are your hopes, plans, and considerations? This is the last question. Regarding the development of my game, with the inspiration of Dr. Haskell being able to make this 3D game labs, and just that, and knowing people that are in some of the gaming industry, and the opportunity maybe to take advantage of a thematic kind of unit, whether that be like Disneyland or Disney, or the different Vegas hotels, and having them try to financially back the development of this, or even trying to do a Kickstarter. But the point being that with the people I know and things like that, that I think this might be possible, that I could actually develop this game some way and get to the right people, and get this so it could get into school districts or for private use for school districts or homeschool or whatever, but it could be out there, so it could be used and utilized with curriculum, and use it for actual standards-based grade, to say you completed this, you've completely to standard understand this portion of this science curriculum. So that would be really exciting to be able to do that. So that's my reflection for my game. My only working, I don't have much of a working title. My robot apocalypse, whatever. So, and I guess that's about it. Thanks.